Good day, everybody, and welcome back to the flight deck. Beautiful Sunday here. We're at London Stansted. We're going to be doing a cargo flight in the 737 freighter out to Shannon, Ireland today. So we can hop into the cockpit here, start getting everything set up. Crew loaded the aircraft earlier, and we can just make sure we are good to go. So moving on with the pre-flight, we'll get the parking brakes up and set. Pop up top. And the battery master is coming on. Standby power is already auto and is guarded, and emergency exit lights are now on and guarded as well. Ground power will pop down. Asking to start up the GPU. That's not what I wanted. Pop back up top. As soon as the light comes on, we'll switch on the power to the aircraft and get her up and going. There we go. So ground power is connected. Aircraft is now under power. We'll get the position lights on, and we'll turn up our panel lights to the halfway point. Do it this way just so I don't accidentally start zooming in and moving around all over the place. And we'll get over here to Roger's side as well. There we go. Hey, how you doing, Dark? Alright, back up to the overhead here. We'll get the seatbelt signs on just automatically here. Electric hydraulic pumps will come on both sides. Yaw damper coming on. Window heats left and right are now on. Left aft fuel pump. I'm not sure why that's doing that. I'm gonna have to fix that, and we'll come down here and get the APU up and running. That's going on. We'll come down here. I'm going to go into maintenance. Is it maintenance? Ground maintenance? No. I'll get into that maintenance menu. It's not in the FMC. Aircraft failures. It says none, but the yaw damper is not coming on, which is a bit of a pain. We'll check that later. Alright, APU is almost up and running. There we go. So the APU blades are up. Packs will come on. APU bleed will come on. APU generators are already on. Isolation valve is set to open. That's annoying. I'm not sure why it's doing that. Let's hydraulic quantities are good. So we got pressurization there. Anyway, let's get down here and start getting everything set up. ATC was up, they're now offline. So we'll just have to wait on them. Oh, I know what I forgot to do. Gotta get these guys going. Make sure we're in alignment. doing their thing. Maybe that's why that wouldn't go. I'd forgotten that. Nope. Oh yeah, there we go. It's a reminder to get that into alignment. Alright, back down here. So grab blast zone position, we'll set it in. That is good. Over to our route, we're going to request our flight plan. No, we're not. We're going to come over to here and load our flight plan in from SimBrief. There we go. Let's go full screen. Now we can come back down here, request our flight plan. EGSS to EINN, that's Stansted to Shannon. We'll grab that, we'll set our payload, we'll set our fuel. And we're going to select this route. It's 353 miles. Looking good. So once that is in, we will load it in. There we go. And as soon as that's all loaded in, we'll execute. And we can do our departure and arrival. Winds are out of the northeast-ish. So we're going to be departing on runway 4 on the Nagbu 1 Sierra departure. That's going to take us west over the top of London and out towards Shannon. So we'll come in here to our departure. It's going to be runway 04 on the Nagbu 1 Sierra departure. We'll execute that. And our arrival today, winds are pretty light, and it looks like they are using runway 24. So we're going to be doing the ILS for runway 24, and we're going to arrive via the Tipu 2 Delta. There it is there. And our transition. Interesting. That's where we're going to transition. Just checking our arrival versus the. There's Derag. There's Derag. So we're not going to do either of these. We're just going to execute with that transition off, and we are good there. Alright, so we're going to grab, we'll throw it in there just to make sure we are up. Back over to the index, we can now do our performance. We'll input the numbers from the flight plan. And while we're doing that, we'll just do a verification of the flight plan. We're going to be cruising today at 38,000 feet, cost index of 25. It's 370 miles on the route. And our fuel is 6.2 tons, which is what it's saying. It has this flight level 40. We'll execute, but we're going up to 380. Re-execute, get that reset. And we are good there. So we're to our N1 limits. And that is going to bring us back over here into the performance tool. And we'll select runway 04. There's all our runway information. It is dry, so we don't have to change anything there. We'll import the aircraft weight, and we'll import the weather and do our calculation. So plenty of room. And we're good to go. So it's going to be a cell temp of 45 degrees today. And we'll be doing a TO1D rate. And our takeoff information is going to be flaps 5. Center of gravity should give us a trim of 495. 495 is correct. We're going to go 1,100 feet remaining, although it's actually 900, 1,000 feet, but that's fine. Page 2, we'll put the winds in 010 at, is it 8? 8. For the runway winds, we'll pop back over. And this is going to give us a 137, 138, and 141. 137, 138, and 143 RV2. So that is all now in, and we are good there. So that is set up. So we get our clearance right now. We do not have ATC online. As mentioned, they have not come back. So we're going to do squawk 1000 in transponder. We're going to be taxiing down to runway 04, so that should be all good. Now we'll get the current weather, see if there's been an update. There has been. I'll pop the weather into the chat. Winds are 101 at 8 knots, as we saw, a little bit variable, swinging around 10 miles or 10 kilometers of visibility, 3,800 foot scattered, 4,800 foot scattered, 20 degrees out, and 1014 on the barrel. So we'll set 1014. There we go. Transponder, as already mentioned, we are setting that to 1000. Fueling, loading, and boarding is complete. So we come down here, we'll go to our doors, we'll get the front door closed. And we'll get everything pulled away there. We can come back over to our ground services. We can release the ground power and remove the chocks as we get ready to go. So takeoff data is all set. We're going to go cruise altitude. We'll crank this around to 3,800 or 38,000. And in case we have to return here, it is 350 feet at Stansted. I believe, let me just double check. .350 feet is correct. All right, just getting ready for the final checks here. And we're good. MCP will come down 042 is going to be our heading. So we'll crank that around. Just a generic code on the squawk. They haven't, there's no auto ATC like over in the US where it's giving me a code, so I just put it there as a generic VFR or IFR squawk code. If I do contact ATC, they're going to tell me to change to something else anyway, so that's all good. Anyway, 153 is going in our initial climb, V2 plus 10. We are good there. We can hear a jet moving out there. It's all good. Take a quick look outside. We are clear. And all ground equipment has been moved away. Alright, we should get the system kicking in any second now. I mean, we can do our system checks and we will be ready to go. While we're waiting for that, we're going to go to center and we'll set up him on that side. We're going to come back here. There we go. They just all kicked in. And we are looking good. Alright, so up to do our checks. Mock airspeed warnings are good. Stall warnings 1 and stall warning 2. Coming down here to the center console, we'll do our in-op test. That's good. Lights are on, master caution is on. Fire test, fire warning, master caution, recall, and all our lights are up. And then we'll move over to the other side to the squib test. There's test for squibs 1 on engine 1 and squibs on the engine. Number 2. Alright, all that is done. Flight directors are now coming on. Radios. 122.8, 121.5 on COM2 for monitoring. There we go. And if we do have to call London, we might clip Daventry, London Daventry. So I'll dial that in of 120.025. Just in case we do, they do ask us to call them. We've already got it set up and in. Alright, so doors are closed, ground equipment is clear, chocks are removed. Anti-collision light will come on, and we will get ready for our push. Alright, there's everything coming in. Here they come. Given where we are, there goes the Ryanair.
Sunset traffic, Phoenix 12 Romeo stand, Alpha 12, push back and start.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
I know that voice. Good to see you flying along. I didn't know you were. Kind of tough to push back down here because we got the blast deflector, so we're just going to do a straight back push and then we'll make the turn out as we go. I'm not sure where you're sitting, Dirk.
Departure checks completed. Bypass.
Didn't hear what ramp you're at. Oh, there you are over there. That ends. At a gate. Interesting.
Locking gear.
Alright, so they're coming in there. We do have no fuel in the center tank, so we don't need to turn those fuel pumps on. So we'll get the other pumps up and going. There's the lift.
Honeycomb area 407, heading 715, current flight level is 109.
So we're going to do a straight pushback, manual stop at 100 meters. Might want further than that, but it'll do.
Release parking brakes, please.
Stansted area traffic, Skyway 7030, apron Alpha, ramp 1,
Release parking brakes,
push and
please.
start.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
Alright. So packs are going to come off. Engine 1 starter is on. Start valve is open. We have engine rotation. Adding fuel. I'm not sure how far the 100 meters is going to get me. It's 300 feet. Should be clear enough to swing around some of this equipment. Again, a little bit tight to be swinging around, or at least letting the sim do it. There's starter cutout, starting engine number 1. Start valve is open. We have rotation. Alright, so we're getting out into the lanes here, which is good. Adding fuel.
Please set parking brakes. Waiting your confirmation for a good engine start.
Stopped a little early, but not too bad. Oh, and Coventry, London Coventry has gone offline. We'll see if any of them come back up. still hear the pushing sound. There's 14%. I got to do an update to GSX today. It's been a while. Something I forgot to do, and I hate when I forget to do this, although I caught it before I started to move, is I'm going to restart the engines. Virtual tracker. I wish it would pick up that I was in and going. The engines are still spinning. There we go. Alright, let's try this again. Engine number 1. Add fuel. It's a quick catch.
Santa traffic, Ryanair 80 Charlie Yankee, departing runway 04, UTAG 10 departure.
There we go. Starting engine number 1. Adding fuel. As soon as we get up to 18, we'll at least be able to kick loose the tow right away. And we can run down the rest of the checks here. There we go. Good engine start.
We have a good engine start. You can disconnect. Unlocking gear.
Alright, generators 1 and 2 are now on. Engine 1 and 2 start switches are to continuous. Probe heats are on. Engine anti-ice not required. Engine bleeds 1 and 2 are on. Packs are now both to auto. Recirculation fans are to auto. Isolation valve is to auto. APU bleed is off. APU is off. Popping down here. This would be flaps 5. There we go. Flaps 5 selected. Elevator trim, we want 4.95, so just about 5.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed.
Flight controls.
Left
Full
is clear.
left,
Right is
full
clear.
right, neutral, full forward, full back. Neutral, left rudder, right rudder. Neutral. Engine instruments, they're all looking good and are up there now.
Santa traffic, Ryanair 80 Charlie Yankee, airborne flow 30, flow
Is
30.
on. Warning recall is clear, and LNAV, VNAV are now armed. There's our guy showing us the pin. We'll give him a thumbs up. He's gonna head out. And let's take a look at our taxi pass. We're gonna taxi out Alpha Juliet Lima and holding short at Hotel 1. Alright. Stansted area traffic. Skyway 7030 taxiing 04 via Alpha Juliet Lima Hotel, holding short Hotel 1. All right. Taxi light is on. Brakes are released. Dude has walked away.
Stansted traffic, FedEx 12 Romeo, behind the Skyways, we'll be taxiing to runway 04 by Alpha, Juliet, Link Alpha and Hotel.
There's Dark. It's too bad Kevin wasn't able to join us. Unfortunately, he's got computer issues. Maybe we'll see him in the chat. Alright, as you can see, we're going to take off, and then we've got that left turn. That's going to take us out to the Barkway VOR and then off en route from there. Take a look around. Nobody's coming that way. Nobody's coming that way. Let's get that Ryanair that just departed. Alright, so today we are carrying 16.7 tons of stuff for Shannon. Estimated flight time is about an hour. It's hour 28 minutes gate to gate. So a fairly short flight. We're going to be flying, keeping it to the south. We'll be flying over South Wales, northern I was going to say northern Somerset, but I don't think we're going that far. And then out over the Irish Sea and over to Shannon. And so we won't be up at cruise for very long while we're there. Some nice color on the plants. Dark on the other taxiway. So I'm using this one because that's what the controllers have given me in the past when they've been online. And we're going to take it all the way down to the end, make a little jog on Lima, which will put us up onto Hotel for the last little bit. There's the Ryanair hangar coming up. So I've been thinking over the next little while, we're probably going to do a couple more of these live streams Saturdays and Sundays when I'm available over the next month or so. So I might get another 4 or 5 of them in over the next 4 or 5 weeks. And it should be interesting. There's a few of them that don't fly out of Stansted. Well, they depart Stansted, but they go to 3 or 4 different airports before they come back. So we'll be looking at doing a couple of those. See some different areas of the UK and stuff. There's a few aircraft in the hangars there. So they've pulled the noses in for some work. Alright, so there's Mike. Now where is Dark? Dark's coming up kind of quickly. And he's going to have priority. So the compass circle is up ahead. You're having connection issues? I haven't had a connection issue in a long time. Like where it pops up on the screen with the connection issue type of thing. Anyway, Dirk just went by. We'll check. No one else is coming. There he is.
The traffic 931's left Lavingbourne heading 265 with a descending to 7,000.
Oh, that's
we're
not
passing
good.
8,000.
Not good at all. Alright, this is Kilo and then Hotel where Dark is pulled in.
Stansted traffic, FedEx 1 to Romeo, line number 04.
And we'll give him the standard 2 minutes. Once he rolls.
Good luck. I know.
Pull up to the Cat 1 line.
Stansted traffic, FedEx 1 to Romeo, departing 04 on the Lugbo 1 Sierra departure.
Alright, so the clock is running.
Good luck on the landing.
Hey! That sounded like Nick. Fuel flow 29, equal on both engines. Speeds are confirmed 137, 138, 143. MCP, nav data, and radios are all good and checked. Alright, position lights will go to strobe and steady. Taxi light off. Turn off lights are on. Landing lights are on. Transponder is TARA. Traffic coming online on both sides. There we go. Runway is identified. Approach path is clear. Traffic flying by on the other side. Dark is away. There's 1 minute. Stansted area traffic, Skyway 7030, taking position 04, holding for separation. Alright, let's move out. And there's nobody inbound. Well, there's a Ryanair coming in, but he's a little bit further out. Just about to come into the pattern. And there's 2 minutes. Not seen you on TCAS, Dark. Alright, we are good to go. We'll turn off the chrono. Elapsed time is now running. Runway is identified. Engines up to 40%. Stansted area traffic, Skyways 7030 departing runway 04 on the Nugbu 1 Sierra departure. Stansted. Brakes are released.
Stansted traffic, Ryanair 74 Charlie Victor on right down in runway 04 descending
Ticket
3000
power is set. So that Ryanair is coming around the front of the runway here. 80 knots, checked. Back pressure.
Positive rate of climb.
Gear up. Alright. Autopilot is on. Command A. Auto brakes are off. Gear is off. Engine start switches are off. Runway turn-off lights are off. Gotta watch for our flaps and cabin pressurization. Flaps 2. Flaps 1. And flaps up. And there's our turn, making our way out towards the Barkway VOR. So climbing, we've got an above 3000 coming up here at D099 Echo, which we are now above, so that is not a problem. We do have a 4,000 foot restriction, I think it is. 5,000 foot restriction at Barkway.
Stansted traffic, Ryanair 74 Charlie Victor. Turning late. Left hand for runway 04 descending 3 knots.
And there's the airport. Ryanair is off in that direction.
Thank you.
We are on VATSim, but all our controllers have kind of gone offline. But we're in London airspace, so it's going to be busy. Coming up for our 5,000 foot restriction. Start to zoom out a little bit. So a bunch of controllers up at Gatwick, and that is about it this morning. We're heading into the VOR, 2.5 miles out, and once we're through that we can start to climb again. So looking at our route, I see we're going to come over here over Luton, down over Oxford, kind of like circling around London, then we're going to head westwards up over the Severn and out over southern Wales, over the water, coming ashore over Ireland, and heading out to Shannon, which is down here in the south. No, it's after Nugbu. Yeah, Nugbu is a 5,000 foot restriction as well. You can see all the traffic showing up on the TCAS here.
Traffic. Traffic.
Off scale, yeah, he's pretty far away. There we go. Beginning our climb.
Speed of traffic, shuttle 368 is on Buffington for RF. Thank you.
So there's a large stream of aircraft heading on this
Standard traffic, Ryanair 74 Charlie Victor.
northwest southeast corridor up to the north.
Standard traffic.
Switch over to standard pressure. They're all going to be, we're going to be kind of crossing their path as we climb through. A little bit of hesitation there. You can see some of the vapor trails. They're all kind of streaming this way up towards Manchester and down. Interesting path they're taking.
Into traffic, Super 931, short final 099.
10,000 feet, so landing lights will come off. Or strobe steady and collision are on. That's all off. That's good. That's off. Those are off. We're on the main tanks. Everything's looking good there. Air systems are all looking good. Generator 1. Yeah, we are all looking very nice. So we'll turn off the seatbelt signs in the back, and Fred can go get the breakfast sandwiches ready.
All fun again.
And we're just going to keep our climb going up to 38,000 feet. Again, we're not going to be up too long. Cruise, we can already see our what's that, top of climb or top of descent there. Yeah, top of climb, and then not too far after that, top of descent. So we'll be fairly quick on this flight. For running commentary, we were just passing over Luton. Town of Luton's just below us. Airport's just slightly back a little bit further.
Traffic, shuttle 9 Juliet, 15 miles from Bovington to Bovington transition.
Into traffic, Super 931 is vacate Alpha 9 Whiskey on Alpha, collecting Alpha Bravo Yankee 520.
Peter, traffic on Cerco Cristianza, Kilo 62 at the back.
Wow, sorry about that.
Heathrow traffic, shuttle 6 uniform, please pushing back from gate 511 shortly. Heathrow.
Took a little sip of water and kind of choked on it.
Heathrow traffic, Lune, 908 heavy, 1043.
We got a beautiful day to be flying out here. Just a few little scattered clouds here and there. keeping an eye on Dark and seeing where he is. Everything looks good.
Diesel traffic score 320. We have vacated 0 to line left and then was captured.
Alright, so let's see if there's going to be an update to Shannon's weather. Now the winds were pretty light, and I did have us landing with a slight tailwind. Given what was active, winds are 200. They're over to 220 now and 6 knots.
Keeper traffic, shuttle 6 uniform. We're now pushing back gate 511. Heathrow.
So we're runway 24, so that's good. So the winds are coming a little bit more in line with what we're doing here. So we're going to be coming in on the Tipu 2 Delta arrival and landing on the ILS, so runway 24. And that can pretty much stay. It's all good. So it looks like we're at the Silva waypoint, and we're just about to head down and fly over some of the little towns in Oxford. So, since we are getting up into the higher altitudes, above 20,000 feet, that's...
Traffic shuttle 9 Juliet, over and 4 meters, 4 meters. Diesel traffic shuttle, Bravo, on the bottom of the transition.
Get a little bit of music going.
We will fly behind the SA.
Heathrow traffic, Scandinavian 72 Golf, turning left base for the ILS 09 left.
Heathrow's busy. Making good time. We got a bit of a tailwind, so we're getting a bit of a push, which is nice to see.
We're talking to very good sustaining base for June, and that could be a good idea. Approach and cutting behind you, and I'm going to do. Alright, thanks. We're gonna yes. Shuttle traffic say traffic shuttle Bravo. We're behind the SAS at landing base now. We're going to fly behind it and extend downwind.
So there's our turn at the lowest point. We're going to start heading more of a westward heading now as we clear the London area. Still got a bit of traffic around us, but most of it is behind us. And we're keeping climbing out to 38,000 feet. We got over 10,000 to go. Looks like we're picking up our VOR there. It's giving us our 0 heading courses. looking forward to getting back over to England in, well, less than 2 months now. Beginning of July. A few things I'm going to be doing, and then, yeah, I got a little bit of a meetup with the boys.
We're inbound now. We're approximately 1.5 miles where B737-800 BCF aircraft.
Yeah, it is. And I can't believe it's right in the middle of a whole bunch of my trips. Because as I've said, I'm going to FlyUK Expo in Vegas at the end of June. And I'm back for like a week, and then I head over to Manchester. I'm there for a week because there's some other stuff I'm doing and some family stuff. And then I think I'm home for 5 days, and I'm heading out again, or maybe a bit longer than 5 days. Should check my calendar. Let's see. No, it's about 10 days. And then, yeah, off again. Busy couple months coming up. No, that's for sure. $32,000 feet, still climbing. We're just coming up to the Severn River in the Bristol Channel. Right is there. So there's the We've got Bristol over here, we've got Cardiff down here, and then that feeds out into Irish Sea type of place. So we're now over southern Wales. So again, you can see we're making good progress. There's our top of descent's already starting to come in. So we're not going to be at cruise for long. Looking at the board over at Shannon. There's 3 aircraft inbound. There's us 2, and then there is a A330-900 by Aer Lingus coming in from San Francisco. And he is very far away, so it won't be an issue. $1,000 to go. Alright, now that we're in cruise, let's get in here and start getting set up for our arrival into Shannon. Okay, quick weather update. Winds are 220 at 6 knots, a little bit of variability, 10 kilometers visibility, a few clouds at 3,000 feet, 21 degrees currently, 1017. We'll get that dialed in. 1017 is set. No significant changes are forecast, so that is good. We'll pull up the charts for the ILS. And then we'll pop down here, start entering in our information. So it's going to be a frequency of 11095. We'll dial that in. We do have the Shannon VOR as well, so 113.3. So we'll put that in as our backup. That is part of the mist procedure as well. So if we do need to use that, we're going to tune in 074. So if we do a mist, basically we climb out and then turn back to the VOR, and then once we pass the VOR, we fly out on heading 074 to do a teardrop for another shot at the ILS. So we've put that in over there. The frequency or the course for us on the ILS is going to be 237. So we'll dial that in as well. And while we're here, we're going to pop down, grab our fix information. So we're going to put in our 4-mile ring, our 10-mile ring, and we're going to come in and put in the reciprocal of 236. No, that is not the reciprocal. Or that's the way we are actually landing. It is 056, and we want that for 25 miles, and that gives us the extended center line for the runway. Oh, there's dark ahead of us, showing up on the TCAS. Platform altitude is going to be 3,000 feet. There's a few restrictions on the way down, and then there's a left turn, and then we've got a short run in to pick up the ILS, so that's all good. So we're going to come over and we can set in 3,000 feet. Like so. So destination weather has been obtained. Arrival data is set. Landing altitude is for Shannon. Airport elevation is 46 feet, so we'll set that to 50 feet. Is good. Radios are set. Localizer ILS frequency and course are set. Engine anti-ice not required. Recall is clear. Fuel is good. Altimeters are set and ready at 1017. Minimums for the Cat 1 straight in on the ILS is going to be 215 feet. So that is now set. Hi, Molly. Oh, no. Bumped the trim wheel when I was reaching down to scratch Molly's head. This approach and approach we have talked about. Runway length is 10,497 feet, and we are going to be going down to the farther end, so we're only going to go auto brakes 1 for the landing. That should be fine. Altimeters are good. We're just waiting on descent now. So we're actually going to be heading down just as we kind of come up to the coastline of the Irish Sea. Doesn't look like, yeah, just after we cross over the coastline. That's a short hop over. In fact, you can see it there. There's the coastline coming up, and you can see Ireland across the other side. So it's not a long distance at all. Hello, Tommy. Videos, any recording software where you can record the game or the sim and the sounds and a microphone. It's really the basics that you need. For live streaming, it's a little bit more complicated with streaming software and stuff, but I would suggest you look up OBS. It's freeware. You don't have to pay for it. And if you get the straight OBS version, not the Streamlabs one, OBS, that is what I use to record my videos. So you can stream with it, but you can also do video recording. So that is what I use for that. And then of course I go and edit it with other software and stuff. But that's my recording stuff.
Shannon area traffic. Shannon area traffic FedEx 12 Romeo, flight level 350. Now descending for the ILS 24 via the 2 Delta right.
Okay, so you've done a couple things. Yeah, so that's basically what you do. You've got the software for recording it, something to edit it with, and you should be good from there. We're coming up on the coast here. So our descent point's right after this waypoint of off socks, and then we'll be heading down. So the dark is already starting down. He was a few thousand feet below me. He's off down here somewhere. So we're looking good. Alright, you can see we're coming into the yep, sure, take your time. Alright, we see the 25-mile ring for the airport coming in already. So we're going to switch back to 80 miles now. For 15 miles to the top of descent. Everything is set. Our descent altitude is set. It's good. Again, once again, we're going to try to tag it in at 270 knots for the descent. And we'll keep an eye on Dark's position as well. Okay. Well, it's all good. Once you get into a routine, it can get easier to do them. And then, yeah, you just figure out what type of videos you want to be putting up and what you want them to say and that. And hopefully, that's a little island down there. Seven views on your entire channel. Hey, we all start somewhere. I'll start somewhere. Alright, so there's the turn at off socks. We're 5 miles out from top of descent. And we are still on Unicom, so everything is good there. Roblox, yeah, my niece plays that. She's tried to get me into it, but hasn't taken. But she loves it. She plays a lot of different things there. Yeah. Top of descent coming up. Engines are retarding. Down we go. Shannon area traffic. Skyways 7030. Leaving flight level 380 inbound for the Tipu 2 Delta arrival, ILS runway 24 Shannon. Alright, well, let's slowly let the speed build up until we get her up to 270. Three years is a long time to be playing any game as well, so you must like it. Alright, so we are looking good. There's our first restriction is above 8,000 feet at Tipur itself, which is the entry point into the arrival. Yeah, GPUs. I just went through that a little while ago. I burned out my GPU. It was an older one. And it just couldn't handle me running this thing at the level it does, and then with the streaming and all that stuff. So I ended up cooking it a little bit. So we had to get a new one. Alright, so we're looking good. Sending down, there's 33,000 coming up. Yeah, I've got a pretty good one. I'm on a lot of. I'm playing 4K resolution on a big monitor and everything. Although it's only streaming at 1080. But I got all the visuals here. Landing's the hardest part of flying. Should try it in real life. It's yeah, you got to get it right, and it's a lot of work. Everything's got to line up. But the big thing in aviation, if it doesn't feel right or if it's not working, go around, try it again. Alright, so we're going to come in, speed intervention, we're going to set 270, we're pretty much there anyway. So we'll just let the engines keep scrolling back and hold that. So let's get down here to do our final arrival data. We're going to land flaps 40. It's going to be a 135. Reference speed, that's in now. Barrow's in. Pressure's in standby. ILS frequencies of course are in. We are looking good. Holding at 270, and we're keeping our space from dark who's ahead of us. Still no change in the aircraft going in and out of Shannon, so should be good. Oh, the internet's bad. Yeah, I do hate when that happens. Little update to the METAR 1016. Looks like you're doing half-hour updates now. Winds are still 220 at 7 knots, 10 kilometers visibility, and it is 21 degrees down in Shannon at the moment. Alright, we're just about to come ashore just outside Wexford in Ireland. We're going to be passing by Waterford if you're into that type of stuff. Waterford Crystal, very famous. And we're basically going to be flying right across the bottom part of Ireland. Yeah, this is a cargo flight. I'm flying for my virtual airline today, FlyUK, and this is the cargo operations in the 737-800 cargo freighter. We are flying 16.7 tons of stuff. I don't know what the stuff is. From London to Shannon, Ireland. Alright, there's the south coast of Ireland there. Waterford's down in this area. I think. No, Waterford's over here. speed's holding, and we're keeping our distance from dark, so we're looking good. It's 25,000 feet coming up, so we'll turn on the seatbelt signs, and Fred can clean up the galley, put the tea and sandwiches away, and get us ready. So restrictions on the arrival, we have the altitude restriction at T4 of above flight level 80. At Yellow, we have to be above flight level 60. And at D-Rag, we have to be above 3,000 feet with a maximum speed of 220 knots. Watch the capitals, Tommy. The bots may come and get you for doing all caps in the chat. Oh, it's cargo. There's nothing. The only guy, it's my load guy. He's in the back. He was providing us with tea and sandwiches for the flight. No passengers on this one. $22,000 feet coming up. See, there's the extended runway center line coming off of that way. There's that 071 course if we have to come out and re-loop around on a missed approach. We shouldn't have to. Gonna turn on the terrain radar just to see what we get down there. Shouldn't be too much. I think it is pretty flat. Got some nice hills here though. .44 miles to T4. Good. Clouds aren't too bad, just a few scattered. A little slight haze, but still looking pretty good. Some nice little mountains over here. Seems to be a little bit of higher elevations as we come in around to the northeast of Shannon. Well, it looks like the airport's down by the water. We're below 20,000 feet now. All right, I'll watch for that. $15,070. $18,000 feet. Looking good. Wind's not too bad. It's pretty calm actually, given how high we are. Alright, zoom in on here. we're going to be coming up and then making a bit of a right turn and then a hard left to bring us around for the ILS into Shannon. In-game death? Well, it happens. But it's not real life. Beautiful hilly areas here. Very cool. Alright, speed's holding. Everything is looking good. We do have a deceleration point coming up. It's roughly when we're going to hit 10,000 feet. Through 15,000, not a big wind shift. I wonder if you had something loading in there, Dark. Alright, still looking good. And we have plenty of space between us. So once down, we're going to be probably departing at Alpha down to the apron. Cargo side is down at the far end. So it looks like probably gate or ramp stand 24, 23 in that area. We're going to bring our speed back. We want to get her down to under 250 so we can start doing the flaps thing. And again, we're going to hit that deceleration point. That'll help get us down as well. Dark ahead of us, he's about 12 miles in front.
Shannon area traffic, FedEx 1 to Romeo and on the Tipo 2 Delta for the ILS 24. We're 10 miles from Yoke and reduced our speed 220 knots.
Alright, so we're going to bring our speed back. We'll bring her all the way down to 210 just so we don't crowd them. So we've hit our deceleration point, everything's starting to roll back, nose is coming up. While we're here, we'll get the landing lights on, the turn-off lights are on, and we will let Fred know. I'm sure he's got everything cleaned up and he is ready to get himself strapped in. Speed's almost back to 250. There's a turn, should help lead off that last couple knots. There we go. 249, flaps 1. transit, flaps 2. Speed rolling back, flaps 3 or 5. No, I don't want to go to 10 yet. Air power went out in game. Oh no. It's horrible. Speed slowly coming back. Dark's 10 miles ahead. It's 220. It's slowing. Bring her down to 200. We'll go flaps 10. Flaps 10. He died. That's horrible. Oh well, it's always another day. That's good to have rules and good to have a system that you're using. Alright, ILS is coming in. We're 22.4 miles away. We're going to come in now and let's kill the music. Get ready for our landing. So we're down to 200 knots. Dark is about 11 miles ahead of us. Sending down through 7,400. Oh, good. So, frontal approach, nav course for frequency. Your set speeds are within limits. Speed brakes are armed. Approach mode. We'll arm in a second. Flaps we'll get to. Engine start switches over to continuous. Alright, still descending down. We're going to be 6,000 feet at Gillog, which is what we are shooting for at the moment.
Shannon area traffic, FedEx 102 Romeo is now established on the localizer, 15 miles right, 424.
Alright, we're going to bring our speed back to 185 now. There's the nice valley in the hills, looking good. Shannon's out that way. Get ourselves down to 10 miles here. There's Gillog, 6,000 feet coming up. We are looking good. Speed's coming back to 185. I believe the airport is right there. Not seeing Dark yet. He's on his way inbound. Switching over to local pressure. Still descending down. There he is. 5 miles away. Alright, we're going to bring this down to minimum Well, 165. Now if I go 15, and I come over here, and where's the wrong aircraft? Horn. It's going off because I don't have the gear down at this speed. I'm trying to give Dark some room. Yeah, I know. Hi, Nikita. Hello, but try to keep it to English, as my German is basically non-existent. Oh, nice forest down there. Alright, we'll let it roll. We're 14 miles out. As soon as we roll level, we'll drop the gear. We're going to keep our speed slow. Oh, we'll drop it now. It's a different checklist I use for the other aircraft. The gear horn mute, but I'm sure there's a button in here that does that somewhere. Anyway, gear down, speed 165. We can now come in here. We'll arm approach mode. VOR lock and glide slope is armed. Shannon area traffic. Skyway 7030 established localizer. Runway 24. 12.5 miles out. See the airport there. Nope. I don't want anything in the chat that I can't read.
FedEx 12 Romeo is 3 miles from the threshold of 24.
So we're going to hold 165 as we come in. And we're going to come down to level at 3,000, although we did just capture the glide slope, so that's all good. Since we're on the glide and everything is set, we're going to slow ourselves right down to our minimum approach speed. It's going to be 141, 140 actually. Give Dark a chance to get off the runway. Flaps 25. Below 160, flaps 30.
2,500.
2,500 feet above the ground. A little bit bumpy. There we go, 150, flaps 40. Alright, gear down 3 green. Flaps full, speed brake is armed, auto brakes are set. Lights are all on, cabin is notified, and we have the airport in sight. A little bumpy coming in over the hills there, and I have slowed right down. Earlier than I should have, but I want to make sure Dark can get off the runway without me having to go around. We're going to set 3,000 feet is already set for the missed approach. So it wants us at 4,000. There it's set now. And coming up for 4 miles. Shannon area traffic, Skyways 7030, 4 mile short final, runway 24, Shannon.
Shannon, area traffic, FedEx 12 Romeo, now clear from way 24.
Excellent. Alright, outer marker. 1,000 to go. Aircraft is configured and stable. Flight's been just a minute over 1 hour. 500 feet, autopilot off. I have control.
Approaching minimums. Glide slow. Glide slow.
Yeah.
Minimums.
Landing. Burble there.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Reverse your stowed. Manual braking. And we'll exit the runway here at Alpha. Shannon area traffic, Skyways 7030, clear runway 24 at Alpha, taxiing to the cargo apron, Shannon. There's dark ahead of us. Alright, so let's get her pulled up. Flaps are coming up, speed brake is disarmed, transponder is to standby. Position lights will go to steady, landing lights are off, turn off lights are off, taxi light is on, APU is starting, NTA is not required. Probe heats are off, engine start switches are off, auto brakes are off. Clear the cautions and begin our taxi. Thanks for that. I don't fly Ryanair. I fly either stuff specific to the flight that I'm doing. Sometimes it's my own airline. A lot of the time what I fly is the virtual airline I fly for. So I don't hop around between airlines. Alright. Here we are in Shannon. This is Payware Airport. Got it off of Orbex. Looks very nice. We actually flew the DC-6s into here a little while ago before taking them over to London and getting them staged up for the series which will be coming with those airplanes in a little while. cargo area is down here at the far end. Swing around here. Looks like a nice little airport, actually. There's 26. It's 25. Let's see if I get the marshalers here. Got into 24. We're going to go into 23. Oh, looks like they're already waiting for us. Turn off the taxi. There he is there. Alright. So we got to bring the follow the wheel around. That'll help get us lined up. So steer around on the line. Go. Let's just hold on, watching us hand signals. We're online. And stopped. There we go. Come down here, we'll get the brake set. Pop into FS Actions, tell them to put the chocks in and hook up the ground power. Pop up top. We'll turn the APU bleeds on. Open the isolation valve. Engine bleeds can come off. Recirc fans will come off. We'll just leave a little bit of air moving in the back. Ground power is now available, so we'll switch over and turn on the generators. Actually, we'll leave it on ground power. Alright, engines are shutting down. Anti-collision light is now off. Ground equipment's coming in. Fuel pumps. We'll leave the left aft one on for the APU, which we're going to leave running. So I don't know why he's still standing there like that. That's close enough. And they can start unloading.
Boarding requested.
Yeah, we'll let Aer Lingus come in and do it. Excellent. So here we are in Ireland. Glad we made it. Dark, thanks for flying along. Much appreciated. And we'll be back tomorrow with our U.S. Capital series as we fly through there. So feel free to come back tomorrow. We will see you then. Take care. And bye for now.